Hi everyone and welcome for another episode of Sky to Sunday. Today we're gonna have a no hero left behind match. It's gonna be Chris. So Wiwwt at the bottom of again. Sorry, not at the bottom. You can't see it yet. Against Cdubs. I'm here with Matthias, and we're gonna stream the game for today.
Yeah, howdy guys. I'm happy to be here with you, Aethusium.
So yeah, it's been a long time. So both our players have a fairly blue-colored roster. So the principle of No Hero Left Behind is that like you're gonna have to play the whole season with without repeating your heroes as much as possible. I think you actually play each hero once, and then there is one outsider you will play twice. But otherwise, you also have to swap your outsiders around as much as possible. So on Eric's side, we've got Frail, Shillavi, Brother, Strida, Korjov, and who is the last one? Skulbian? Yeah, it's Skulbian. And his outsider is the Scourge, which is like fairly interesting. And on the other side, we've got Akla, Vorhild. Is the second one Nantaka? It's a bit small for me to see.
Yes, it is Nantaka.
Yeah, also Frail, Gulbion, and Brilver, and the outsider that's the Terror, right? Yeah, it is the Terror.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
and for those who have been keeping up with No Hero Left Behind, Leothan has not been performing very well in the tournament thus far. So I think you can kind of see two players here who had saved their blue and green-ish characters towards the end.
Might be a good call. Like if you see no one's played them too much, then you keep them for the end, so that like you have kind of a guarantee. Well, you're increasing your chance to fight against someone that's also playing the Leothan, so that like you're not heavily disadvantaged.
I think people are playing them. I think they're just losing.
Okay, yeah. So people aren't sparing him.
But unfortunate for their win rate, seeing as they're going to have to play each other here.
Yeah, it's not going to help the Leothan. Well, it is going to help the Leothan win rate a little bit. I mean,
everyone below 50, it'll go up.
Yeah. It should keep things stable. So we do have Chris at the bottom of the screen, and we do have Cdubs at the top of the screen. I'm just going to try
Eric at the bottom of the screen. Cdubs is Chris.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Eric is at the bottom. So yeah, we already got the objectives. It's Siege, Tactician, and Obstinacy. So like a slightly more control-oriented matchup, but there's still like 1 kill objectives, which is okay, but it's not the best to go with the Scourge, right? Because like you have to kill the hero early so that it's easy enough to kill it before the end of the game. And with Tactician, that might actually not happen, because Tactician can, if you're not good enough at equalizing the control points, then Tactician tends to close the game by round 3 or 4. And that's often not enough to get the Obstinacy.
So we could see, depending on where they go with the outsider choice, Obstinacy could be on the board. The Scourge can lead to pretty early kills, but it's pretty easy to play around it if you're really concerned about it.
And depending on deck contents, which you have in the link of the description of the stream, some of the player might actually be able to sacrifice themselves. Yeah, there is a sacrifice for Cdubs. There is just one though, so it's going to be fairly limited as an option. And
should we go ahead and flip it and let them get started on drafting here?
Please go on. If you can flip them the flux so they know they can start. And on the other hand, Eric doesn't have a way to sacrifice a character. So like there is a very limited way to actually like deny the Obstinacy. So Eric did win the toss coin, right? And he chose to go with Cdubs. Chris did win the toss coin and decided to go first with the flux. And therefore Eric chose to go with the Scourge.
Yeah, and very little surprise, both opening up with their Freyhells here.
Yeah.
And Eric coming in with Goldguard.
So that means Eric is going to be playing with let me just. Oh yeah, we we don't have the card list until I have chosen all 4 heroes. The view is not great. So it's gonna be playing with like heightened senses, which is really interesting. Like 3 nourishes and 3 were faithful. So that's already like 6 cards that are like self-drawing. Like they're cantripping themselves, and one of them is also predicting quite a few cards, but possibly. So that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Eric, a very notable control player, I think.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense here.
I can see him maybe trying to use all those cantrip cards to cycle and try and find his combo pieces and maybe land some early kills to swing either Tactician or get an early kill for a later Obstinacy play.
Yeah. The shield of is really interesting. She's bringing like 3 Cold a week, 3 Purge and Purify, and 3 Torn banners.
Yeah, I think that Purge and Purify is going to be really, really big in these kind of matchups against blue,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're at minimum going to get the 1, and then if you can land the Torn banners and set up that, and they're already shapeshifted, like that's 5.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot.
Conditions. You can easily drop 10 HP loss on them.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. And last one is Korjov, who's bringing like 3 Charm, 3 Redirect, and 3 Rampant Hatred. Like the Redirect are going to be really sweet here.
Yeah, and I mean, that Torn Banners, Cull the Weak, him kind of playing towards both sides of it, having both the Purge and Purify for using Torn Banners on the opponent, and then Cull the Weak paired up with any of your heroes. Well, I guess really just Shillavi and Korjov able to play it, but them being able to drop that big damage out of the hand, just 10 damage off of a Torn Banners and one of those combo cards is going to be great.
Yeah. We've seen, I didn't have the time to see, so Eric didn't mulligan, he did mulligan like a Purge and Purify, and on the other hand, we saw like a Stone Barricade and a +3 card being discarded.
Hey, Psychic Shield.
Psychic Shield, okay, that was my question. Was that already an ultimate, or was that just a Psychic Shield? So it's one of the Psychic Shields.
He might end up regretting getting rid of that Psychic Shield here.
He's got 3 in the deck, so maybe it was like, I've got 2 in hand in opening, and then you're like, yeah, that's not too good. But yeah, there is definitely, like, he can't know his opponent has that many direct spells.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe keeping it would have been a good shot at that point, for sure.
I mean, I don't know who the hell is expecting, like, not just the Freyhell damage out of hand, but also Cull the Weak, Purge and Purify. Like, that's definitely more than you would typically think, especially out of Eric, who's known for these really, really like late game heavy control styles.
Yeah, he doesn't. He still has a few control options. Like there's two Chasm and 2 Sinkholes on the Golbion. Also bringing obviously the 3 presences, and then it's like barring the awareness, speak with the spirit, which is like a bit less noticeable. It might be useful. There's an Antaka. There might be like a few minions. Do we have? No, we don't. We don't have anything to spawn a lot of minions on Cdubs side. So like the barring the way is going to be mostly a dead card.
Yeah, so we do see Nantaka going up and getting an attack in, and does flip the Coma Toxin, if I think I saw that correctly.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, she's leading with a card from deck as a third action. What do you do here? Like, do you go with Shillavi and try to punch Nantaka already, or just like kill the 2 minions with Shillavi? You could like move, shapeshift, and attack.
Just opting for the attack.
1 and leading to balance out, I guess.
Yeah, I think going for the mirror is fine here, especially with Tactician on the board. Like Eric's got a lot of kill potential in hand, so if he can stretch this game, it's good for him.
If you lead from hand, then that's even better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's from hand. Because then, like, you're not gambling on the lead, and you're putting pressure on your opponent to answer that. Like, if he doesn't mobilize a hero, he's sure to either tie or lose the lane, which is, like, really not great. So now Cdubs has to decide whether he wants to tie that lane, well, who wants to commit another hero trying to tie that lane, or, like, try to win other lanes. Going second here is, like, quite significant, right? With the Tactician, it gives you the freedom to adapt and like take whichever control points you're most interested in.
What Cdubs really wanted that going first for in this case?
Well, he wanted the Flux. So, like, why would the Flux be super useful? Like, you could go with the Rampant Hatred, I guess. the Ice Wall or the Sinkhole. Ice Wall doesn't do much with like the Flux. It's a protective option, but it's not gonna break the game. Sinkhole could be really strong. Maybe Prison's turn 1 could be really annoying also.
Yeah. I just question it in like a game like this where you kind of your victory conditions are going to send you into a longer game. I tend to find the going second, especially with Tactician on the board, to be a little bit more useful. But if Cdubs thinks he has some kind of trick he can really pull off with it, then it could be worth it. Especially for landing that early kill with Obstinacy. The sooner you can get it out, the better it is. And so we do see Golbjarn coming in and taking a lead into the dome there.
Yeah, so he's gonna attack the Frail as the last action.
So, I mean, Frail goes, gets a little bit of chip damage on Shillovy, and then Golbjarn kind of comes around and returns the favor onto Frail herself. I think in general, I would tend to value that damage on Freyhel a little bit higher, just because she's kind of a higher priority target, and Shillovy is actually quite far from any further threat, while the Freyhel is kind of, she's in line to be attacked by someone else. Like Freyhel can worship and get that fast onto Korjov so she can reach Freyhel and put herself in the dome and lead. While Shillovy really isn't in danger of anybody, but maybe like if Aqua wants to really put in the effort.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're going in with Akla, you still have to commit quite a lot to get rid of her.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like Korjov is kind of like the easiest target here for Obstinacy, so it might give like a slight edge to Cdubs.
Yeah, with both the marksman especially, he's got a lot of good means to hunt down that Korjov. Granted, Korjov can do like his own level of hunting onto those marksmen, but he's going to have a pretty tough time trying to play around that Vorhild.
Well, depends, because he can cast a Purge and Purify, right? And that one doesn't care about the shapeshift from Vorhild.
It's more about avoiding the damage from Vorhild.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to be a problem for sure.
But at least he has the addition of some Freyhel healing, and maybe some of those healing cards to help protect him here. And we see the second release come off the deck for Cdubs on these attacks. We've seen one come down on that first one, and the second one come down just now. Those are two important cards that he's missing.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit scary for the Korjov, honestly. Like with both Vorhild and Akla, and it's gonna be on the wrong side of the board.
And so we do see Akla setting up a lead there. Vorhild probably saving herself to react here. Likely going to end in the dome, though, seeing as she's a pretty safe character to put in there, and he does not yet have a lead there to match that Golbjarn.
Yeah, the thing is, like, so if he's got the prisons, that might be a problem, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Flux presence is how he...
Well, he would still potentially lose the dome, though, because, like, Eric can feel it coming, and, like, if you put Korjov into the dome, trying to win it, and if Vorhild ever decides to go in with the presence, then you can always put the Frail in, or you can do it the other way around, but, like, your next activation, you're putting someone into the dome.
Yeah. I mean, so if Cdubs on his next turn does go with this Vorhild move, or presence, move, lead, shapeshift, then she does guarantee that you don't lose the dome, which into the Scourge I think is abundantly important, especially with Golbjarn already being set up next to a weakened Freyhel.
Oh yeah, I think you'd be perfectly happy to tie it here.
Yeah. So I think if he has it in his hand, he has to do it here.
Especially you're still winning
down way too
like
fast.
Yeah. Doing that, you're still winning lane 1, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're still getting that point on Tactician, and there's a chance you tie lane 2 as well. So if you can set it up for all ties, like you're still losing the damage race, but you have a chance to try and recover on turn 2. But if you just let the Scourge take out Frail here, you're in a hell of a lot of danger.
Yeah.
Korjaf goes ahead and gets a Worship off as the last action. I'm curious to see if he puts this on Freyhel to get a little bit more damage. Puts it onto Golbjarn. Interesting. So we do see him popping the Flux with that Vorhild.
Yeah, that's going to be the presence. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. I mean, so there's your reason to take first as blue, right?
Yeah. I mean, that really guarantees you can deny the Scourge, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless, even if your opponent piles into the dome, like...
His Freyhel has still taken so much damage, though. Like, I gotta wonder how worth this can be to him. He gets the lead off the top, though. It looks like he did predict a good one. So, Vorhild's going to be able to safely move in and get this Worship off.
Yeah. I guess it's fine if she doesn't take too much focus until next turn, because, like, you might be able to shapeshift. Yeah, you're putting Vorhild at risk if you shapeshift Freyhel now, though.
I mean, so if you shapeshift Freyhel, right, Vorhild doesn't take that much damage. Like, she probably goes down to about the same health range as Freyhel, but you have the ability to go first next round. So if you're really worried about the Vorhild, you can go ahead and just activate her first, get that shapeshift off, and be ready to go.
Yeah, and depending on whether your opponent targets like Vorhild or Freyhel with his own Freyhel, then you can adjust and play.
Yeah, I think getting the heal off could be better value.
Yeah.
He does get a ping with that pillar going down onto Korjaf, so starting on that 1,000 Tiny Fangs damage, he does go ahead and shapeshift Freyhel. I think that's the right play here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It'd be kind of a waste to get a shapeshift off and not get any healing out of it.
And the thing with the needle is, like, they're very easy to, like, discount and be like, yeah, it's just 1 damage, but, like, they tend to add up really quickly if you neglect them.
Yeah. Every little bit is going to count here, especially with Obstinacy being the only kill objective on the board. Like, it's less of a all over damage race and more of a very, very targeted damage race.
Yeah.
So we see the heightened senses come out at the end of the round.
So that's going to be a predict 2, right?
Just one.
Just one. Yeah, it's a number of conditions. Yeah.
But I mean, he's just checking if that's a card he wants to draw, or if it's a card he doesn't want to see. And he does like it, so he takes it in his hand. So now with Freyhel left to go, I don't think you give up the Scourge here. Seems a little bit risky, but at the same time, like, there's a chance it works out because Freyhel, being the best user of it, already being in range of Golbjarn, would take a significant amount of damage going all in on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, a Charm out of Korjaf to take that shapeshift from Freyhel.
That's interesting. Just means she can't really heal herself, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why you use that during the beginning of Freyhel's activation here.
Yeah, not sure either. Could have been played reactively. Well, I mean, yeah. You might want to. Yeah. It's a good question. There isn't a really good reason for that.
So it was just to trigger the heal onto Korjaf. While Freyhel, well, I guess she was going to be in range. I'm not sure exactly, but working out nonetheless. So now we're going to see Freyhel moving in.
Yeah, it would have worked anyway.
Yeah, and chooses to pump more damage into Freyhel.
Yeah, which makes sense. So, like, 4 damage. So 3. 4 damage.
Yeah, then reduced by the armor.
Yeah, so 3 total.
Gonna finish off with a worship here. I mean, this is a strong setup for Eric going into turn 2. He does have to worry about protecting his Korjov a little bit. Korjov being adjacent to a pillar is in danger of kind of getting popped off on by
Oh,
Akla.
we see Nourish going on, so like
Ooh,
that fail is
more
going to go
damage.
down to 4 HP, right?
Yeah.
If you've got a second one, that's going to be rough. Yeah, Gulbian. No, you can't cast it. You don't have the mana to cast another one.
Yeah, but this could mean that he's like freeing up this mana for next turn. So if Freyhelp goes first, Eric will have 2 mana free to react to whatever she does. There's the danger of that charm: is you're freeing her up to get this touch off and get a little bit of extra healing.
They both had their hands fairly low though. Like their cards count isn't great.
Both of them are going to be pretty depleted on cards for what's looking like at least 1 tie, maybe 2. With Eric looking perhaps a little bit more short on cards going into the next round.
Yeah, if Cdubs is lucky, that lead from the deck is a free, and then it's like he's winning lane 1, and like lane 2 and Dome are tied, and that's gonna be like rough for Eric in terms of cards.
So goes ahead and pushes lane 1. Gonna slam it into the tower with that Aqua there.
Yeah. Which potentially helps with Siege, depending on what happens on the other one.
Yeah, I think the bigger thing here is just having that slow push set up already contributes pretty well to Tactician. Ooh,
yeah,
hits a 1 on the lead in lane 2 on Nantaka. So he is going to lose that. So we're in kind of a mirrored situation here.
Yeah, and that's good for Eric because it means like an additional card.
Yeah.
So you won't fall too far behind in hand size.
Because Akla here really wants to start contributing damage to the dome. Having that pillar already set up for a worship action and being in range to start putting damage into Freyhell or getting into range to put damage into Korjov. He doesn't want to stay in that lane and keep acting on it. Wow, 2 sinkholes as the lead cards for Eric here.
That's rough. Like that's reducing quite a bit his 3 mana cards. And he likes these sinkholes. I think he's the only 2. He's not playing 3s. He's like no more sinkholes. His opponent can't know about that, but
I mean, I got a question that just 2 sinkholes. That's there was ever a card I'm looking at in my deck and saying, "Yep, there's 3 of them every single time." It's sinkhole.
I mean, especially from Eric, right?
I mean, we shouldn't question the 3 mana god.
Oh no, okay. The third one is on Brovo. It's like he just didn't pick the hero that had the third one. So yeah, Korjov taking damage from Vorhild, so it's like 5 damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Yeah, and then you're gonna take like probably 2 more, because like there will be a worship.
Mm-hmm. And Freyhel already set up and in range too.
Yeah, you can't heal your own Freyhel because like she already has a worship.
Yeah, but he can. I think that's okay. If he gets this 2 damage off here, does put Korjov. Ooh, gets the skirmish a little bit. Ooh, no more.
That's bad. Yeah, 0 on the skirmish is a bit sad.
So with this worship, he will put Korjov in range to die to sacrifice Nourish.
You probably move to put pressure on the tower with that Vorhild, right? Or do you stay in the dome?
Keeping her in the dome as a turret does increase the kill potential with Aqua's activation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you also like you're right. You need to keep presence in the dome anyway because you can't really give up the scourge at that point. It's too risky.
Yes. So we're gonna move this Vorhild to a more forward position and then presumably take a shapeshift here.
The problem is like it's gonna be very hard to guarantee that you get that scourge because like if your opponent has a presence, then you're losing it anyway.
Yeah.
And even if he doesn't have,
you win by killing people.
Yeah. I think you need to kill someone. That's your best shot here.
I mean, he's as an outsider, he really promotes that snowballing.
Yeah.
Like you just need to, once you get an advantage and Scourge is on the board, advancing that advantage further and further is what he's especially good at. So anybody who can kind of get out to the first jump is helpful. And I think first player does have a spot in kind of these Scourge matchups.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I'm not sure you're getting that Korjov, right? Because Eric can always play it second and put it in a position where, well, I mean, yeah, Akla would probably catch it anyway. Well, if it's not Akla, it's going to be Nantaka, so it doesn't really... Yeah, maybe you're right, yeah. So we see the Worship going. So it's 2 damage on Korjov, I assume. And most likely Vorhild shapeshifting herself.
Yeah, I gotta assume. She's not even in range to do it to somebody else.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it can only be her. Yeah.
I think is going to be a pretty good positioning here. We'll see if he has any more damage out of hand to really execute on this with Freyhel.
I mean, he can probably kill the Korjov just with Akla. And if Korjov decides to run for Shilevi crying for help, then Nantaka is just going to get rid of him, right? So
yeah.
Like, situation doesn't look really good here. I guess you're trying to kill Freyel first, maybe?
I mean, getting her kind of off the board early does help you towards obstinacy.
Well, it's also... like it's also like if you can be like, okay, I'm not gonna activate Korjov, I'm gonna kill your Freyel, and I'm gonna play Korjov last, right? So like if you decide not to kill him because you don't want him back next turn, then he's gonna stay for one more turn, and because I'm playing last, I can try to guarantee I get the dome out of that.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a careful balancing act to this obstinacy where, like, so do you activate the Korjov first and potentially be down a hero next turn, which he is doing here, and try to just execute Freyhel, get her off the board, get yourself ready for an obstinacy turn next turn while your opponent has to wait till round 4.
Yeah.
I like, you're going to be playing a hero down, but you're going to have your win condition on earlier. And if you can really utilize the Scourge well, then that could
that's what he
potentially even out the hero scores.
Yeah, that's what he goes for. We see Korjov activating and getting the fast from his shapeshift. So it's going to be melee. You probably go for the Freyel, right?
Yeah. And he
plus 1 damage.
Potential damage.
Yeah.
Ooh, so that's probably putting him in range.
That's annoying, but you can always do it the other way around, right? You're taking a damage from the ping now, which is a bit annoying.
In range of double nourish.
He was already in range of... Oh no, he wasn't. Sorry. Yeah.
He was in sacrifice nourish.
Yeah, sacrifice nourish. Yeah, would have done it.
Now, if he, if Cdubs really wants this to happen sooner, Vorhild playing the sacrifice, but onto Freyhel.
So heal Freyel, yeah. So that probably tells he doesn't have another direct damage from hand, because he already played healing the turn before. So okay, so now it's going to be very hard to kill that Freyel with Korjov.
Yeah.
Just for +1, so it's like 5 damage. No, 4 damage.
5 damage. There we go. Yeah, so even with like a Cull the Weak out of hand, he's still not really in range.
Yeah, 7 stuff. Like, you could skirmish and try to be a bit lucky, and then the Cull the Weak might do it, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, but you're having to hit a +3, like that's a tall ask.
Yes, yeah, especially it's oh, there comes the Cull the Weak now.
Gonna come down for 4 damage. I mean, good use of the card. Might as well get it out of the way now, and then maybe move that Korjov into
but it's only
lane.
2 damage. Wait, what is it for?
Because Korjov has fast as well.
Oh yeah, on the cast. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's not on the target. Yeah, I was like mixing it up with the Purge and Purify effects. Yeah, so it's not too bad. You might still want to take the shot at Freyel, but it's a bit rough. Like if you've got a direct damage in hand, you can cast from your field and
yeah. I mean, your alternative is worshipping and getting a heal on yourself, which I think is also fine. You'll also be in range to get some revenge damage off, which is significant.
Oh yeah, she lives in range for the
forces Freyhel to have to step away if she wants to start putting some damage in.
Yeah, that's probably the right call. Unless you've got something spicy in those 4 cards. But you roll most of your...
doesn't have the means to finish her off.
Yeah, it's like you most probably would have played that before.
Well, here it is. So Freyhel comes out. Just gonna finish her off now.
Yeah. So that's big for Eric, right? Because you get the card, you get the obstinacy token. You're probably gonna get the tactician token on the dome and the scourge.
Mm-hmm. And you do have Korjov away from a pillar right now in a decent bit less danger from Akla. Like Akla's gonna have to move, attack, skirmish.
And he still has an action.
If he wants to get that kill.
He might still like heal himself with the worship or it's the worship going.
Yeah, there it is. Not an easy kill.
So that's 2, is that 8. Yeah, he can still fairly die to Akla, right? Like a 3+ attack and like 2 pings can bring him down with a +2 on the double flip. So like,
yeah, because Akla can still just get.
Oh no, sorry, you would need the +3 though, not a +2. So that's not so easy. Not so easy. Yeah. If Vorheal contributes,
not a simple one.
Yeah, Vorheal can't help anymore because you'd need an Antaka to worship, which I mean is feasible.
Just not a very great use of your actions, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree it's not great, but also she's already kind of in position, right? Like she can be just the things like she's not positioned to attack a minion, which is a bit of a bummer.
And we'll see. I think the prospect though of obstinacy is still not going to be easy. Like Freyhel's going to come back 16 HP. She still has her 1 armor, and she's not going to be in danger of the scourge here. We might see Cdubs just all in on the dome here with moving Akla in to try and just stem the bleeding.
You kind of need to kill that Korjov, right? If you want to have a shot at the dome.
The downside is that Korjov's not coming back till turn 4, so he's not going to be a great.
Oh yeah, no, I agree, but you also like in that case your opponent is playing a hero down, because if you do leave the scourge to your opponent, you're probably gonna be playing a hero down after that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you play a hero down and your Freyhel comes back next turn, it's a bit scary still for obstinacy, because as you said, it's not that straightforward, but it probably means you might have the scourge next turn.
Yeah.
And that's not good. I mean, it's not good for your opponent.
So he does go ahead and trigger that.
Yes.
Oh, maybe not. I think perhaps he was thinking about doing the worship and then decided not to. But he does go through with the worship. So he's going to flip on Bjarn. Or opts not to flip at all.
No, I think he just decided to put the pillar. Oh yeah, the flip from Akla, you meant. Well, because he might be thinking, like it's a good question. You still need a +1, so he might be thinking maybe that. Yeah, I mean, if you don't flip on Korjov, what do you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a rough spot for. It's a rough spot for Cdubs here with kind of. I mean, Bjarn is set up to get a big skirmish off on these 2.
Yeah.
And he's activating him right now. Going to go ahead, probably going to go for it with that 3+ or 4+ skirmish, thanks to Korjov as well. That's going to be big damage.
I'm confused about like the what happened with the flip though.
So I think Akla moved, attacked, and then worshipped, and opted not to flip on Golbjarn for any damage.
Okay, yeah.
So goes for the 4+ skirmish, hitting Akla and Vorhild here.
Yeah, that could hurt quite a lot. Yeah, okay, that's like 5 damage.
5 onto both of them. And Shillaby's not going to have a hard time. She is going to be able to reach Akla with a move and a skirmish.
So Akla or Vorhild, actually. Yeah, Vorhild is shapeshifted, so better go for Akla. But the thing is, like, do you want to do like? Yeah, you might want to, because if Nantaka blocks the way, then I mean she can go into the dome and block the way, and then you.
Yeah.
Well, the thing you might still want to leave your opponent do that, because if she goes into the dome, you also do, and you're winning the dome anyway. But if you go preemptively with Shillavid, then you might end up having to move your Frail out afterwards. Well, I mean, it's okay. You can probably still want. Yeah, you're probably right. Like, you want to go for Akla with Shillavid. You're just gonna have an attack.
Doesn't have a lead either, so like goes for the skirmish, the attack, and the worship, opting not to put a lead down yet, still saving that for Regus's last activation, which I think makes it. I wouldn't say it makes it less likely for
there we
Movie
go.
to
like,
go in there, because she can still
Nantaka is killing. Oh nope, she isn't. There comes the nourish. Okay, so here that action with Nantaka, as you said, is really hurting, because as you pointed out, it was probably already like not great having to do it to kill Koryov, but if you have to do it to not kill him, then it's definitely a bummer.
Yeah, he's got to move in and get an attack off if he wants to kill him, and that puts him in the perfect position to get Nantaka shredded by the Scourge.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you're losing the Scourge anyway at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So it's...
No, you don't. Sorry, if you kill the Koryov, you might not lose it. You might tie it, actually.
Well, now he has to move and attack.
Oh no, you can't, because you don't have the lead. Yeah, you don't have the lead, so you're losing it anyway, right? Yeah, that's terrible. Moving and attacking would have been a safe call, right? Because you move, you attack, and you lead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is always the redirect, but no, Koryov can't play it. He doesn't have the mana, so yeah. No, that was probably the right call.
And I gotta respect the restraint out of Eric here. Having both nourishes in hand and just like not popping off with Freyhell. Like I don't know if I've done that personally. I would have been eyeing up that Akla and thinking, oh yeah, I can just drop that 3 damage on him, but holding it back.
You still knew your Koryov was at risk, right? So
yeah.
Like, he's been at 6 HP from the beginning of the turn, so you kind of knew you needed it for something. Yeah,
he does move in.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's not great. So now it's like the only saving grace is like if you have prisons. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. So prisons and lead with a 3 mana, and if your opponent doesn't have a prisons, then you're tying the dome. And if your opponent has one, then you've done all of that for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've burnt a prisons from your opponent, but that would be...
Eric can still tie it with...
Yeah, you're tying it just by putting someone in the dome, yeah.
Or he can win it with a lead and a kill.
Oh yeah, if you get the kill, then you're winning it. But like, getting the kill here is like that's hard, right? Who are you gonna kill?
I mean, he's got Freyhell. Freyhell can activate,
yeah,
and so can Shillaby. So Shillaby's still in range to move, skirmish, attack Akla.
No, you can't.
And then Freyhell...
Oh yeah, you can. Sorry. Yeah, you can.
And then Freyhell can just attack Akla and take the lead in the worship onto...
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
Onto herself.
Yeah, I think that presence is not good, actually. Yeah. Like that
Akla is most likely right there.
Yeah, that Akla is most likely dead with 6 HPs. Like, I don't see him leaving.
Mm-hmm. And Nantaka can probably be brought down to about 2 or 3 health by the Scourge.
With the Scourge, yeah. Yeah, that looks terrible.
Cdubs suffering over those predicts. I don't think he likes them.
I mean, you probably don't have another direct damage card if you're Eric, right? Like, so it means, well, yeah, but like Shilevy and Frail, I don't know how that Akla survives then.
Yeah, I mean it's rough. And the other upside to Eric's game plan here is if he can start landing these kills, that's going to contribute pretty heavily to a potential round 3 Tactician as well.
Yeah.
He'll put himself at 3 points on Tactician if he successfully wins both lane 2 again and gets the dome. And then he'll be 1 to 2 heroes up during round 3 to try
it's probably going to be 2 up.
The board.
Yeah, that looks awful. I mean, if you've got a stone barricade, you might be able to save Akla. Like, you let Shilevy move, and when she declares the skirmish, you just drop it near Akla.
Mm-hmm.
And that might save him. That might save him. But you've used one already.
Yeah. So Cdubs opts to attack, not going to take the lead. I think accepting that he can't win this pretty much no matter what.
Yeah. I think in that case, it's a better call. Like, maybe he just doesn't have a free mana card, and then he's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But then, why? Yeah, I guess you play the Presence to try to get one. Yeah, I think that's what happened. He didn't have the free mana card out of the Presence, and he doesn't have one in hand.
Yeah, but the predict, I think, did let him see the +1 on the Nourish, so he can tell that he was going to get that kill.
I was going to get it anyway, because it's 2+ against 2 HP.
It was against 3. So he
it was 3, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And Shilevy going to go ahead, and I assume it's going to be that move skirmish attack.
Yeah, that's most likely dead Akla at that point. Which means you still need to lead to get the dome, and
perhaps not.
Well, actually, you don't need to kill Akla. You just need to. Well, I mean, yeah, it would have been good to kill it anyway.
Oh no!
Oops. Okay.
Okay, so maybe Vorhild is the target instead.
Yeah, maybe both actually, because like Purge and Purifies and AoE.
Yeah, Akla just doesn't have any conditions on him, but this will be 2 damage onto Vorhild, so he can go ahead and skirmish onto her.
I mean, that's a better call, because she's much harder to kill. So it's like, it's gonna be easier to get Akla done afterwards with the Scourge.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough.
Or if both of them fall now, that's that's gonna be. I mean, you shouldn't say never, but that's probably gonna be impossible to come back after that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what, and your one hero you're left with is the hero that has obstinacy on her. That's not great.
No, because Nantaka would most likely survive then, because you need the Scourge to finish Akla. But she would probably be done at 9 HP now, which is like not great.
I don't know. Like Akla could also die to Frail here with some decent flips, but we'll see what Shilevy finishes with.
You need to flip really strong with Frail to kill him.
Go ahead and get the attack onto Vorhild for 4+.
Yeah, she's probably
guaranteed. That's a dead Vorhild.
Yeah.
And now looking at Psychic Shield in hand. But Psychic Shield doesn't do anything to Purge.
No, it doesn't do anything against Purge and Purify.
Wow, I hope he didn't draw that off of poor job, because that's such a bummer. So, but I gotta think.
Well, he probably did, because if he didn't, his Frail would have survived, right?
Yeah.
Like, he would have played it on Frail to try to save her. So most likely that's what he drew. Or he drew it end of turn, maybe, yeah.
And so there we go. Shilevy finishing off her turn here. And Frail just has to lead to secure this win.
Yeah.
Or kill that Akla.
I mean, you can do both. Like no, you can't do both, but you can still attack Akla and lead.
Mm-hmm.
Like attack skirmish and lead, maybe. Yeah, we see the attack going in.
Yeah, Eric not running a lot.
So that's a 2 damage. Not so great. That's not great.
Yeah. Out of range to kill.
Yeah, but that puts it way within a single attack from the Scourge, which is good.
Yeah, allowing the Scourge to just spawn on Golbjarn, have Nantaka put an attack on Akla, and then probably Relentless Fury into Nantaka.
Yeah, yeah. It looks awful. Like, I mean, it's almost 3 heroes getting down in a turn.
I think taking the skirmish gets
Yeah,
one more
skirmish
damage.
for one. So the Scourge kills here. I mean, it's 4+ anyway. The Scourge, right? No, it's 3++. So yeah, no, it kills for sure.
Yeah, and he can also kill more guaranteed with the alternate relentless. Or
wait. Why no lead?
He doesn't have to. There's no lead off of
there is a presence off of.
Oh, he might have forgot.
Yeah, he forgot about that, right? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, doesn't matter.
Well, there's the +3 he wanted.
Doesn't matter.
So I guess he's happy to tie it. I'm not sure why you would
Yeah,
want to
no,
tie it.
I don't get it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you're missing out on like 12 damage.
He forgot about it. Like, for sure, he forgot about it. Oh, that's terrible. That's really bad.
Especially for the heal going on to Shilvy. Like, that's not somebody I would be worried about it.
No, I really think he forgot about it.
So Tactician going to be at 2-2 now.
Yeah.
And the Dome is a tie.
That's how you can come back from such a situation. I mean, it's still going to be rough. Yeah, that's a oopsie. Yeah, no, Tactician is at 2-2. He's put 1 too many on Tactician.
I don't know. He might think he won the Dome.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure he did.
Perhaps Cdubs forgot as well.
No, I don't think so. That's interesting for sure. I think they're discussing it right now. Because I can see Cdubs pointing Aklan and Taka, so pretty sure they're discussing that.
I mean, that's a pretty good windfall for Cdubs in that case. Oh, but we aren't going away. Looks like
okay. No, should we point out, or should we just like leave them?
I mean, typically we'll let them resolve it.
Okay,
as they please,
let them resolve it. Let's keep the same. Oh, that's a shame.
Scourge coming in, going to go ahead and get a big amount of damage. I don't think that 3 healing onto Shilvy is ultimately going to matter at all. Like if the actions were swapped, but it'll be interesting to mention that to them after this. And see what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Ooh, gets the +2 on the flip onto Akla, so that's a dead Akla.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure the healing on Shilvy doesn't matter, but like not having the Scourge that made the big difference.
Yeah.
At that point, it's. I think here it's like game. I don't see how Cdubs can come back from that. Like it. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna realize it when he's gonna discard the prisons.
He already did, I think.
Oh, he did already. Okay,
yeah. Dealing the 9 to each of them.
Yeah. And then you're gonna Relentless for 3+.
Then just the regular attack. There we go.
Oh yeah, the Relentless was an Ekla. Okay. Yeah, so that. Ooh, 6.
That's the +3.
Okay, yeah.
Right in range to get hit with any of the healing spells.
Yeah, that's really not good. Really not good.
And Golbjarn gets to come back in.
Well, Eric doesn't play Sacrifice, so it would need to be A third. A fourth? Yeah, I think he would need to be a fourth, so I don't think he's got anything to fear from that. So he's used one onto Frail, he's used one to heal. Oh no, he still has one.
So Freyhel coming back in the game. We are seeing her spawn as far away as possible, of course.
Yeah, which makes sense, because like having died once, you don't want her to be nuked.
Yeah, so what he has to do here is just hold on to lane 1, ensure that he doesn't lose it, so he doesn't lose on Tactician and doesn't lose on Obstinacy, and then maybe can try and go for a swing on turn 4 for Obstinacy on Korjov.
Maybe on the Nexus.
Could be on the Nexus.
Like if you win the lane 1, you need to push it a little bit though. Because like you need to blow the tower that turn, and you're not in range to do that right now. So yeah, you know, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard. Because like it's fairly easy for Eric to just say, well, no thanks, and put our hero with a lead, and be like, yeah, you can, as long as the tower like stays with 1 HP, then you're fine. So yeah, no, that doesn't look very achievable.
Yeah.
And you're too far away with Frail anyway, so. Oh no, you could move skirmish and lead, but you wouldn't be in cover, so it's a bit risky. And it's still not doing it if Eric decides to defend, which he probably will, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's really not great, yeah.
I am loving seeing the Scourge again. God, I love this outsider.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
It's a beautiful sight seeing 15 damage and not even the full activation.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was free to just put all 3 of his outsider actions on Nantaka, that's a dead Nantaka from 18.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, she wasn't far from that even then.
Like it's a work of art.
3 HP left is really not much. And as you said, like with a healing spell, it's nothing.
And yeah, so Cdubs debating on what to do here. I mean, I gotta imagine it's rough. Do you want to activate Nantaka and run and risk losing him for a big turn 4 play, or you just accept like he's going down, I have to somehow win this lane against 2 heroes? I mean, either way, it's difficult.
Well, the problem is that like Nantaka here is like 2++, right? So.
Right, so is gonna run.
You won't kill anything with that. So.
It goes ahead and hides in the bush.
But that's 2 actions to hide in the bush. Which
yep.
Not correct.
And then he's gonna lead.
And then Gulbjarn's just gonna come and skirmish and kill you.
Yeah, Gulbjarn being shapeshifted. So he'll only be at 1+ if he goes.
Yeah, but it will have an action left, so it's just like move skirmish with the AoE and then smash you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. If you're lucky enough, you just kill with the AoE, and if you're not, then you can just attack afterwards. Like I don't see Nantaka surviving here.
Well, he does have 6 cards. I mean, Nantaka's got 6 cards, 3 mana. He can do it. He can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 7 cards in the hand, right? So it's like, there is a lot of options for both players, I guess.
Yeah, I think Gulbjarn
has Chasm.
The dilemma of being melee, so any interruption that Nantaka has, he has to match.
Yeah. But he's got Chasm, so that might do. I mean, not sure he has got the card in hand, but...
Yeah.
And I actually don't know how many interruption. Well, they would be the 3 sinkholes for sure. She can't ice wall herself, so that's out of the board. Well, there aren't too many options actually.
Cdubs is definitely
there is actually
more of an aggressive list.
There's actually sinkhole or sinkhole. Like that. That's the only thing that can save you at that point. If you've got a sacrifice on yourself, well, even a sacrifice might if you're super lucky on the flips, but no, it won't.
I mean, a charm could also help. A charm could shut down the skirmish.
Yeah, but then you
take
die
him out
to
of
the attack.
range. Well, you wouldn't, because it would actually negate the skirmish.
You would die. No, because you don't have to target with him.
If Golbeon moves out and he's declares the Ursine range skirmish,
Oh
and then you
yeah.
charm it off, then he just ceases to move. He loses the action.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, but
Yeah.
just putting damage into Freyhell.
Going for the obstinacy here.
Gets the attack off as well.
I mean, that's not, depending on what he's got in hand, that's not necessarily a bad choice. Like, she's also in range from Gul'dan.
Ooh,
And
gets the
oh, yeah.
3
That's
too.
7 damage, so 6 out after armor. And
that's good.
Why 7 total? Should be 6, right?
He got it. There we go.
So now you still have a
Wiwwt. That's why you go for it.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna hurt. Because then like you've got Freyel and Gul'dan. Like I don't see how she survives that.
It's like,
oh, maybe like that. Maybe that. Yeah.
we knew.
Well, he knew, right? He knew.
He also knows there's no glacial rebirth too.
That might not actually get all.
Ooh, but he will just get minions with it.
Well, you could also have like tried to actually go through the Psychic Shield to deal some damage, because like it's only 5, right? And you repeat the effect twice, so. Oh no, an additional time. No, that wouldn't be enough. Yeah, that wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
It's twice the effect. So, well, I mean, it could be, but it would be very marginal, like maybe 1 or 2 damage, which wouldn't be great.
Yeah, but he does get the.
Gets
he does get 1 minion,
goes back to
and then gets back to the dome.
Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
And he gets back to the dome in a decent range to get the Scourge out again. So Freyal's probably going to get into that bush. Yep. And going to take a lead here, I think. Just got to try and lock it down.
Like, you can't do much more. So now Freyal is safe from Gul'dan, right? In that positioning. You might have wanted to go first with Gul'dan to do. Yeah, but then your Gul'dan is lost in the middle of nowhere, which is not great.
Because that leads from hand as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to if Eric can stop it.
You have to tie that up, right? You go with your Freyal, and you lead from hand. Or you just try to kill him. Yeah, I mean, I think you want to save your tower here just to be sure that next turn you don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big effort. It's like you put your Freyal, you kill a minion, and you lead from hand, and then it's like the Nexus won't fall next turn for sure. So you don't have to worry about it. It
just protects your options here.
Yeah, I think it's the best call for Freyal. And then you just send Gul'dan trying to kill an attacker. You get the dome anyway with Shilavi, so. You're winning 2 of them. You're 5 to 6 for the tactician. Your opponent is only 3 to 6, so you're fairly safe on that. You're close to an obstinacy.
Secure something again.
You're not going to lose an next. Yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do in that situation. Maybe you've killed Nantaka and you'll still be like at least 1 hero up. Yeah, I think that's what you have to do.
Put them down to some cards in hand. Maybe he has a little bit more. Oh, Chasm. That's one way to get Freyal close to you.
Yeah. That could kill Freyal. Well, I mean, she still has a bit of HP though. But you
notably put her in range to get hit by
yeah, that's it. Like
as well.
You put her in Gul'dan range also now, because like he can move skirmish and attack her, which he couldn't before. So yeah, no, that's risky now. That's really risky actually for Cdubs now.
Yeah,
he does have Sinkhole, but he doesn't have the mana for that, right? Oh, he does.
He does have the mana.
Sorry, he does have the mana for that. Yeah. So most likely, if you've got the Sinkhole, you just use it to save your ass here, right? Yeah, okay, you probably don't have it then, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah, that's rough, because then, I mean, Gul'dan might still not kill you. 8 HP, you've got an armor. you might survive. If there is a rampant hatred, you don't, but and we know there are 3 of them.
And here's we haven't seen them yet either.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I was mentioning there were 3 of them somewhere. Yeah, that would probably be the end. Yeah.
In range for Scourge to move, skirmish, and attack Freyhell as well.
Yeah.
It's a triple threat of.
Well, the thing is, like, even if you put your Guardian in that head, like, she's still in range. Yeah,
and there's the rampage.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I think that's game. It's gonna be hard.
If he has the sinkhole, he can save himself a little bit here.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Oh, that's he could actually like prevent the whole Brilvolf. Yeah, Brilvolf is gonna be stuck. It's not gonna do anything. Oh, that's bad actually. That's really bad for Eric. Like that's a big waste. Because now you're stuck into that dome with your rampant hatred being completely useless.
Centered right there. So
yeah.
Golbjarn can reach himself out of the dome here and get a lead down.
I guess that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah. Skirmish and gonna take the lead.
Just do it from deck, I guess, at that point. Unless you got a 3 in hand. No, I think you still do it from the deck.
Yeah, I mean, you're not winning this lane. Yeah, you just have to try and ensure that you don't lose that tower.
I mean, you don't anyway. It's 6-3 plus the tower HP, so you're not losing it. And so now it's
big heal on Golbjarn too.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a hell of a lot of damage onto
That would have been a dead Freyhell.
To get it out. Yeah.
Because like with a double skirmish, one having +3 and the rampant damage, it's like it's already 5 damage, and then you still have your attack. Like sorry Freyhell, that was a good single.
Yeah, so we'll see if Scourge can finish her.
Yeah, that's the thing. I still don't think she survives the Scourge. Well, I mean, Eric deck doesn't have that many flips also, right? And
I mean, so he can have her to bring her to 4, and then he needs the +2.
Yeah, but isn't it better just to... No, it's probably not better to attack her twice, because you get the armor. The armor comes in twice. Yeah, no, that's better to have first. You're right. So then you just need a +1. No, you need a +2 because she's got 1 armor.
Yeah, so you do the regular attack just for the better chance.
And you don't have... You do not have a +3 left in that deck. So actually, I think that's very unlikely you're gonna kill her, because well, there is some charms left we haven't seen. I think there is 1 left. Yeah, and the barring the way, and that's it. Like, there is no +2 in that deck. So you're not killing her. I mean, 90% chance you're not killing her. Unless we've miscounted a +3, but I don't think so. I think we've seen all of them. Yeah, there is no Psychic Shield in that deck. And we've seen the 4 ultimates. So yeah, I think you don't kill her. I mean, you don't until the next turn, but... But next turn, she's got options to survive again, right? So yeah, she's gonna be halved. Sheila is gonna lose 4 HP. Which is fine.
Okay, attack comes through.
It's not gonna kill her.
See the flips.
It's not gonna kill her. Oh, there is 1 charm left.
There it is.
Okay, is it charm or barring the way?
That was a charm. Yeah,
it's the charm. Okay, the last charm.
That's the game.
Okay, game. Yeah. How many cards?
All right, he had reshuffled.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that was worth the shot for sure.
Oh wow! All of the ultimates stuck out of.
Yeah, that's
in Cdubs' hand. All right, let's hop in them and let's ask them about that turn 3 presence.
Yeah, let's jump into the call.
over it, but it was just like you didn't want to do that. You just go for obstinacy.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game, Chris.
Fun game, guys.
Nice game to watch. Yeah.
We loved watching the Scourge do 15 damage.
He could have one shot and then Nantaka if he wanted to, but he wanted to kill Akla too. So it's like
maybe I should have done the 2 things. No, I wanted. Could I possibly missed on the thing? I couldn't have. So yeah, I guess I could have done the first 2 things on Nantaka, and then I could have decided. I don't know which one's more dangerous to leave, Akla or Nantaka anyway. But yeah.
So it came down to a lot of it was me just choosing the Scourge instead of like just taking second and let you go first, and then you probably choose the bear anyways.
Well,
and it'd be a whole different game though. Like
so because of this, I knew you had to bring the bear. I was bringing the Scourge, and I was like, great, I'm totally picking the bear. And so I built this deck about all these conditions and everything like that, right? And so I'm like, whatever happens, I'm picking the bear. I'm going to put Frenzy on myself. I'm going to give you a bunch of negative conditions. It's going to be great. We're going to cull the weak and all this stuff. And so I was like, great. And then you did, and you picked the Scourge. And it might have been the MVP of the game.
Yeah, like Scourge, if you can win it, you just lose these kill conditions. If you got it both times. The first time we tied, but the other 2 is just like it's too much of a life swing.
Yeah.
It's pretty
wow,
good.
We had assumed that Cdubs you had won and chosen to go first, and that the Scourge, and then Eric picked the Scourge, seeing as that was his outsider. But this that scenario makes a lot more sense.
No. I know Eric always wants to go second, so it's like I was like Scourge. I know he usually plays defensively, pushy, so he's gonna go tactician. But then he just did the whole flip flop, and he built his deck even to just kill me.
Yeah, so. my Street and Brilvar were built for a control type game, but I really wanted to play Torn Banners. And so I was like, okay, am I going to do this? And so I was like, okay. And then I was like, I could go first. Other people that are aggressive go first to get the flux, and I just couldn't do it with Tactician out there. I'm like, I hate being first on Tactician. It just feels so bad. So I was like, okay, I'll give him the flux, but I will at least do the Torn Banners thing to see if I can get it to work. And so
for sure.
Okay, I mean, so we have to ask at the end of round 3, Cdubs, you had a presence on your Nantaka. Did you guys remember that or forget it? Because it looked to our eyes, it looked like you guys had tied the dome.
He led, didn't he?
No, there was no lead.
Oh my goodness!
Side.
Oh no!
And that was the thing. Like when we saw you worshiping, we were like, "Oh crap, we forgot the presence is gonna have a bad surprise."
Yeah, well, so that's crazy because Chris and I were talking it out even, and I was just like, okay, I've already got this. I don't need to lead. It's a totally useless action. What am I going to do with myself? So I did that little skirmish that I didn't need to do. So yeah.
That's big. Oh no.
Well, but I mean, instead I just wouldn't have skirmished, right?
It was a worship.
Yeah, because you got a 0, I think, right?
Yeah. So
you just lead there. It's not a big deal. Yeah.
But whoops, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
I mean, if I would have remembered it, then whoops. Then we just tie, and then that doesn't. Akla's not dead, and
you're in a fine shape.
Better position. Nataka's not lethal.
Yeah, if you're not lethal, then you're looking at possibly getting Tactician, right? So then I'd have to hunt Frail, which will be tougher with more people on the map. So.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but yeah, we missed it, so it's too late to go back. So.
I mean, it was still tough because Akla was still in a very bad spot, but
I still could activate, use him, maybe run away like I did with Nantaka, and then force him to move that way. I guess I don't know, because he's probably dead anyways, but it gives me more mana too. So this big thing is mana is so important in this game. Having units on I wanted 2 Mind Palace. I just don't know where to ever put them.
Yeah, on round 3, I have this Heightened Senses, which is in my deck so that I can find good cards and everything. I'm like, wait, I want to play a 3-mana card on all my guys, so it's just going to sit here
it's gonna
do nothing.
Same with Charms. I can't cast this. I have too many 3s in my hand.
Yeah, this is interesting. I hardly ever play Charm unless I'm playing Credo and I think he's going blue or something like that. But I looked at your list and I'm like, yep, Chris has got to pretty much play something blue today. Charms are going in, so.
Yeah, I have to play it too because if there's no other like real condition removal other than release, and I put some on Akla if I don't play yellow heroes. So
Yep.
I didn't realize that Purge and Purify is actually condition removal. So it's he was talking about that too. It's like I think that's really good actually, just because that matters more and you don't see it as much.
I think one of my favorite games ever, Ian used Purge and Purify on himself to remove a slow to get a guy all the way across the map to the other lane to save himself, and it was like, that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's I mean, it's an action, which we know how much better reactions are than actions, but still, it is one of those toolbox cards that has multiple applications. In this case, it only did 2 damage, but it got Vorhild unshapeshifted, which was big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the whole initial use of it, was just to deal with Vorhild and release as well. But it's pretty good. It would be too good at reaction almost.
Yeah,
right?
it would be.
That'd be
And
so
having
good.
the second combo piece with Torn Banners, I think was like that's pretty cool. It's interesting, and it makes it a much stronger tech into blue as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think as a reaction, it would. Go on, sir.
Oh, that was all.
I was gonna say, like, as a reaction, it would be like completely busted in Miyuki, because you'd be like dropping you to conditions with your worship and then let your opponent activate, and then you're like, yeah, did that. Like that would be like way too strong.
Mm-hmm. And just to be like pseudo release it too, but deals damage as well because it's an AoE. So it's like, it'd be so gross.
Yeah, I guess the other huge part of this game was I drew all 3 of my nourishes.
And that was the rough. That was so rough. But
yeah, one of them was off a kill.
It happens. I've drawn 3 sacrifices before, or like 3 sacrifice and nourish hands with Chill of E Frail, and just like feels like kind of busted.
Yeah, knowing the list when we saw you discarding the psychic shield in the mulligan, we're like, oops.
No. I was so regretting that after the fact. It's an auto maul against Eric usually.
Yep, it is. It's like Psychic Shield. I would love for those to be in people's hands. They do nothing against me normally.
So he definitely juked me this time. So, yep, well done.
It was a really cool deck to see because like we don't have the chance to see that very often.
It's like a Smiaz. He loves the Korjoff and Call the Weak and all that.
Yeah, the Where Faith Falls to keep conditions on and stuff. Yes, there's a lot of fun things going on there.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right, well, thank you very much, Chris.
Yep.
And thank you guys for hosting us.
Yeah, thanks. That was a great game, guys. I enjoyed watching it a lot.
Thanks for the game, guys. It was really cool to watch.
Talk to y'all later.
Yep.
Well, thanks everyone for having watched the stream today. I hope you enjoyed this fairly different game than usual. and see you, most likely see you next week. Okay, we're off.